Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're really happy you're here with us today. Before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss our English learning conversations.
Hi guys! Yes, please support us by liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. Today's topic is super useful. How to say no politely and manage your personal time. This is something many people struggle with, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I used to say yes to everything, and honestly, it made my life stressful. I didn't have time for myself, and I felt tired all the time.
I can relate to that. Sometimes we feel guilty saying no, especially to friends, family, or even coworkers. But learning to say no politely is very important for a balanced life.
Exactly. So, Emma, let's start simple. Why is it hard for people to say no?
Well, I think people are afraid of hurting others' feelings. They also worry about being seen as rude or unhelpful. And sometimes they just want to be liked by everyone.
That's true. But the problem is when you always say yes, you lose control of your own time. And time is very valuable, right?
Yes, absolutely. Your time is your life, so managing it properly means respecting yourself. Saying no doesn't mean you're a bad person, it means you understand your limits.
I like that. Understanding your limits. That's powerful. So let's teach our viewers some polite ways to say no. Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of saying, "No, I can't," you can say something softer like, "I'd love to help, but I'm a bit busy right now." It sounds kind and respectful.
Oh, that sounds much better. It shows you care, but you also protect your time. Let me try one. I'm sorry I can't join today, but maybe next time. How does that sound?
That's perfect. It's polite and friendly. You're not rejecting the person, you're just saying no to the situation.
Right. Another thing I learned is giving a short reason helps, like, I have an important task to finish. But you don't need to explain too much, right?
Exactly. You don't have to give a long explanation. Keep it simple and honest. Too many details can make it confusing or even uncomfortable.
That makes sense. So, Emma, what about work situations, like when your boss or colleague asks you to do extra work?
That's a great question. In that case, you can say something like, "I'd be happy to help, but I'm currently working on another priority. Can we schedule this for later?" It shows responsibility.
Oh, wow, that sounds very professional. You're not saying no directly, but you're setting a boundary.
Yes, exactly. Setting boundaries is key to managing your personal time. Without boundaries, people may take too much of your time without realizing it.
I think many learners need to hear this. Saying no is not rude, it's necessary. But Emma, what if someone keeps insisting even after you say no?
That can be difficult. In that case, you need to stay calm and repeat your answer politely. For example, "I understand, but I'm still unable to do it." Just be firm but kind.
So don't change your answer just because someone pushes you.
Exactly. If you keep changing your answer, people will think your no is not serious. You have to be clear and confident.
Confidence is important, huh? Sometimes I feel nervous when I say no.
That's normal, but with practice, it becomes easier. Start with small situations, like saying no to things that are not very important.
That's a good tip. Practice makes perfect, right?
Yes, and also remember to use a friendly tone and a smile. Your voice and body language matter a lot.
Oh, that's true. Even if your words are polite, your tone can make a big difference.
Exactly. So always be respectful, calm, and clear. That's the best way to say no politely.
Wow, I'm learning a lot today. I think this topic is really helpful for everyday English and real life.
Me too. And guys, you can practice these sentences with your friends or even by yourself. It will improve both your English and your confidence.
All right, let's continue with some more real-life examples.
Okay, let's try a real-life situation. Imagine your friend asks you to hang out, but you already plan to study. What would you say?
Maybe something like, "Hey, I really want to hang out, but I need to study today. Let's meet another day." Does that sound natural?
Yes, that sounds very natural and polite. You show interest, but you also protect your time. That's the key balance.
I like that. But what if the friend says, "Come on, just for a little while"?
That happens a lot. In that case, you can repeat your answer gently. For example, I wish I could, but I really need to focus today. Keep your voice calm and friendly.
So basically, don't get angry or frustrated, right?
Exactly. Staying calm is very important. If you sound annoyed, the situation can become uncomfortable.
Got it. Now let's talk about family. Sometimes it's even harder to say no to family members.
Oh, yes, that's true. For example, if a family member asks for help when you're busy, you can say, I'd love to help, but I need to finish this first. Can I help you later?
That's really respectful. You're not rejecting them, you're just asking for a better time.
Yes, and that helps maintain good relationships while still managing your personal time.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Always be polite, give a reason if needed, and offer another option if possible.
Exactly. That's a great summary. And remember, you don't always need to say yes to be a good person.
That's an important lesson. Sometimes saying yes to everything actually makes things worse.
Yes, because you can feel stressed, tired, and even unhappy. Managing your time means choosing what is truly important.
Speaking of time, how can we manage it better so we don't feel overwhelmed?
Good question. One simple way is to make a daily plan. Write down your tasks and decide what is most important.
Oh, like a to-do list?
Yes, exactly. A to-do list helps you stay organized, and when you see your tasks clearly, it becomes easier to say no to extra things.
That makes sense. If I know I have 3 important tasks, I won't say yes to something unnecessary.
Right. Another tip is to set time limits. For example, you can say, I can help you for 30 minutes. This way, you don't lose your whole day.
Oh, wow, that's smart. You're not saying no completely, but you're controlling your time.
Exactly. It's all about balance. You can still be kind and helpful without sacrificing your own needs.
I really like this idea. It feels practical and easy to use in daily life.
Yes, and the more you practice, the more natural it will sound in English.
So guys, try using these sentences today. Even small practice can make a big difference.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Learning is a process, and every step counts.
All right, let's continue with another situation. What if your boss asks you to work late, but you already have personal plans? Oh man, that's a tough one.
Oh, wow, yes, that's a tricky situation. You don't want to sound rude, but you also don't want to cancel your personal plans, right?
Exactly. I would feel really uncomfortable. Maybe I could say, I understand this is important, but I already have plans this evening. Is there any way I can complete it tomorrow?
That's excellent, Peter. You sound respectful and professional. You also offer a solution, which is very important in work situations.
Yeah, offering a solution makes it easier for the other person to accept your answer.
Absolutely. Another example could be, I'm not available to stay late today, but I can start early tomorrow and finish the task. See, you're still responsible.
Oh, I like that one too. It shows commitment without sacrificing your personal time.
Exactly. And remember, your personal time is important for your mental health and energy.
That's true. If you don't rest, you can't do your best work the next day.
Yes, and that's why saying no politely is actually a healthy habit.
I never thought about it that way before. Saying no can actually improve your life.
Yes, it really can. Now let's talk about another common situation, when someone asks for a favor that you really don't want to do.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot. Sometimes you just don't feel comfortable.
Exactly. In that case, you can say, I'm sorry, I'm not the best person for this. It's polite and honest.
That's a good one. It doesn't sound negative at all.
Right. Or you can say, I won't be able to help this time. Simple and clear.
Simple is better, I think. Sometimes we try too hard to explain.
Yes, and too much explanation can make it awkward. Short and polite is the best way.
Got it. So Emma, what about social invitations, like parties or events?
Yes. You can say something like, thank you for inviting me, but I won't be able to come. It shows appreciation first.
Oh, starting with thank you makes it sound much nicer.
Exactly. Gratitude makes your no feel positive instead of negative.
I like that idea. It changes the whole tone of the sentence.
Yes, tone is everything. Even a simple no can sound kind if you say it the right way.
That's so true. I think learners should practice tone as well as words.
Definitely. You can even practice in front of a mirror or record your voice.
Oh, that's a great tip. It helps you hear how you sound.
Yes, and over time, you'll become more confident and natural.
All right, so we've covered friends, family, work, and social life. That's a lot already.
Yes, but there's still more to explore. Saying no is a skill, and there are many situations where you need it.
I'm excited to learn more. Let's keep going with another example.
All right, let's look at another situation. Imagine someone asks you for help, but you're already feeling very tired. What would you say?
Oh, that happens to me a lot. Maybe I could say, I'm really tired right now. Can we do this later? Is that okay?
Yes, that's good. It's honest and simple. You're expressing your feeling, and that's important.
I noticed something. Being honest actually makes it easier to say no.
Exactly. Honesty builds trust. You don't need to create excuses. Just speak clearly and kindly.
But Emma, what if someone feels bad when we say no? I sometimes worry about that.
That's a very natural feeling. But remember, you are not responsible for everyone's emotions. You can be kind, but you also need to take care of yourself.
That's a powerful idea. So it's okay if someone feels a little disappointed.
Yes, that's part of life. As long as you're respectful, you're doing the right thing.
Got it. So saying no is not about rejecting people, it's about respecting your time and energy.
Exactly. You said that perfectly.
Thank you. Oh, I feel more confident already.
That's great to hear. Now let's talk about one more useful technique, pausing before you answer.
Pausing? You mean not answering immediately?
Yes, instead of saying yes right away, you can say, let me think about it, or can I get back to you later? This gives you time to decide.
Oh, that's really helpful. Sometimes I say yes too quickly and regret it later.
Exactly. A small pause can save you from a big problem.
I'm definitely going to use that. It sounds very practical.
Yes, and it also sounds professional and thoughtful.
So, Emma, let me try a full example. Thanks for asking. Let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. How's that?
That's excellent, Peter. Very natural and polite.
Nice. I think our viewers can really use these phrases in real life.
Absolutely. Practice these sentences again and again, and they will become part of your natural English.
And guys, don't forget, learning English is not just about grammar, it's about communication.
Yes, real-life communication, real emotions, and real confidence.
All right, I'm really enjoying this topic. There's so much to learn.
Me too, and we're not done yet.
Yeah, let's continue with more advanced situations and deeper tips.
All right, let's go a little deeper now. Sometimes the hardest situation is saying no to someone who is very close to you, like your best friend.
Oh yeah, that's really difficult. You don't want to hurt them at all.
Exactly. But even in close relationships, honesty and boundaries are important. You can say something like, I really value our friendship, but I need some time for myself today.
That sounds very kind and honest. You're not pushing them away, you're just taking space.
Yes, and true friends will understand that. If someone respects you, they will respect your time too.
That's a really good point. Respect goes both ways.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about something else. Overcommitment. Do you know what that means?
Is it when you say yes to too many things?
Yes, exactly. When you overcommit, you take on more tasks than you can handle.
Oh wow, I've done that many times, and then I feel stressed and can't finish everything properly.
Yes, that's the problem. That's why saying no is actually a smart decision sometimes.
So saying no can actually make your work better?
Yes, when you focus on fewer tasks, you can do them with more attention and quality.
That makes a lot of sense. Quality over quantity, right?
Exactly. Now here's another useful phrase. I don't have the capacity right now. It's very common in professional English.
Oh, that sounds advanced but useful. Let me try. I'd love to help, but I don't have the capacity right now.
Perfect. That sounds very natural and professional.
Nice. I feel like my English is improving already.
That's great. And remember, confidence comes with practice.
Emma, what about people who feel shy or nervous? How can they learn to say no?
Good question. Start small. Practice with simple situations, like saying no to small requests. Then slowly move to bigger situations.
So, step by step, right?
Yes, step by step. And you can also prepare sentences in your mind before speaking.
Oh, like practicing lines.
Exactly. It helps you feel more ready and less nervous.
That's really helpful. I think many learners will like this tip.
I hope so. And also, remember to breathe and stay calm when you speak.
Breathing really helps, doesn't it?
Yes, it relaxes your body and your voice.
All right. I think we're building a strong understanding now.
Yes, but let's keep going and explore even more real-life examples and expressions.
All right, everyone. We've learned so much today about how to say no politely and manage personal time. I feel like this is one of the most useful life skills, not just for English, but for everyday living.
Yes, absolutely. Saying no politely helps you stay respectful while also protecting your time, energy, and mental health.
Let's quickly review what we learned. First, always be polite and kind with your words.
Second, keep your explanation simple. You don't need to give too many details.
Third, use a friendly tone and body language. That really makes a big difference.
Fourth, don't be afraid to repeat your answer if someone insists. Stay calm and confident.
And fifth, manage your time by planning your day and setting clear boundaries.
Exactly. And remember, saying no doesn't mean you are rude. It means you respect yourself.
I really like that idea. Respecting yourself is very important.
Yes, and when you respect yourself, others will respect you too.
All right, guys, now it's your turn. Try using these polite no sentences in your daily life and practice speaking them out loud.
Yes, practice with your friends, family, or even by yourself in front of a mirror.
And don't worry if you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning.
Exactly. Keep practicing, stay confident, and you will improve step by step.
Thank you so much for listening to us today. We really appreciate your time.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more easy English learning conversations.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye everyone, take care and keep learning.